Hello, my name is Bruce Barclay and I'm a student here at J-Tech Automotive Technology School, and today we're going to go over the system, the air conditioning and heating system inside this 2003 GMC Sonoma. First thing we're going to talk about is the controls, which is right here. Okay, you have your fan speeds 1 through 4. This is your temperature, and what that does is it controls a door between your evaporator and your heater core, and allows you to set the temperature for the system. Then you have max AC, AC, and then you have another mode for AC, which blows air out of the feet, out towards the feet and out to the face. Then you have the vent mode, which takes outside air and routes it directly to your face vents. Then this here is your heater modes. This one allows you to run the heat down towards the floor. This one runs the heat towards the windshield for defrosters, and that one there is another defrost mode. This one is defrost mode and a feet mode. It runs the air to the feet. But all that's controlled by what's behind here, which is, I call it a heater box. But inside there are components, and I'll tell you what they are when I get outside. Okay, this is the outer side of the system. This is the fan that blows the air into the vehicle, and this inside here is where the evaporator is. All right. Now, for air conditioning, it starts with the compressor. All right. This is the high pressure line, and this is the low pressure return line. What the high pressure line does is the compressor squeezes the refrigerant and sends it through this line, and it's hot coming through this line, and it goes down into the condenser, which is in front of the truck, and it comes out of the condenser and goes into this line right here, which is a high pressure line. Then it goes through this valve right here, which is where the orifice tube is. The orifice tube is right there, and once it gets past this point, the pressure of the pressure will drop. It's going to be at this point it's a high pressure liquid, and at this point it drops to a low pressure liquid. And when this happens, that gas, it's actually a fluid now, it starts to cool off. It cools off right here. And then it goes into the evaporator. When the fan pushes it into the vehicle and cools the vehicle off, then it comes out of the evaporator here and comes back through the low pressure line and back in here. So once again, the components are compressor, condenser, high pressure line to the condenser. Then you have a high pressure line coming from the condenser going to your orifice tube. Then you have your evaporator, then you have your accumulator, and it comes back into the compressor. And it basically it starts off as a high pressure, high temperature gas here, and gets converted to a high temperature, high pressure liquid in the condenser, and it comes through here as a liquid, and then once it reaches this point, it cools off because it goes through a restriction, and then at that point it goes into the evaporator to cool off the interior, and then comes through the accumulator. If there's any fluid left in the evaporator after it finishes its cycle through the evaporator, it dumps into the accumulator here, and it'll stay in here until it turns to a gas and it gets sucked up out of the compressor again. Anyway, that's all the components that there are in the AC system. Now for the heat, it uses the same fan motor in the box, but the difference is this line right here and this line right here, these are your heater core lines. So instead of using the cold air from here, they use the hot air from the heater core, which is right here, and the fan will blow through the heater core and blow warm air into the vehicle or onto the windshield. But that's the two different things that make up the heating and air conditioning system in your vehicle. And that's basically it. thank you very much for watching my video, and we'll see you next time.